What's up guys, welcome back. If you've got a Mazda MX5 NA, NB, or I think it's very similar on the NC, and you are going to change your gear stick gaiters for these posh new ones, and while you're in there, a new bush at the bottom of the gear stick, I'm going to show you how. Super easy. All I've got is crosshead screwdriver and a 10mm on a little ratchet. I'll put it on an extended bar just because it makes it a bit easier. I've gone for genuine Mazda parts from MX5 parts. You don't have to, but I just find with aftermarket rubber parts, they're not always the best, but these are genuine ones. So we're going to up the value of this MX5 or fake Porsche to about £5. Right, let's get started. First up, gear stick. Oh, gear stick off. There you go, that's off. Next up, let your window switches come out. And then you might need a screwdriver to get that out, and then underneath is just that little switch. There we go. So in there, you've got one Phillips head. In the little cubbyhole, you've got another two of those. And then down here, you've got these little caps. There we go. And there's one there. Same the other side. There you go. Then undo all of them with your crosshead. Don't lose the screws. Apologies for the state of it in here. This is the dog side. Right, once you've got all the screws, don't lose them. I actually put them in the little cup holder. Now, when you take this out, these two tabs for the fuel release and the boot release have got to end up going through that little rubber grommet thing, so it's easier probably to lift the back up slightly. This seems to like slightly pop in place. Obviously always easier with two hands. That lifts up. Oh yeah, I forgot this last time. There's a little tab there that holds the wiring loom in place. That basically pops out. Oh, there you go, that should have been a lot easier. There you go. And then now this whole centre bit should lift out, and again these little bits just pop out the back, and then literally the whole thing, if you've got the roof down, I'll just set that on the back. And then here should have some insulation. Just pull that out of the way. It's probably a bit old and decrepit, so make sure it doesn't fall apart. It's 20 years old after all. Now, your one probably hasn't got this Cobra alarm that doesn't work, so chuck that to one side. You've got 4 10mm bolts, which are not very tight. So literally just, they literally should just be hand on top of the ratchet tight. Nice and easy. Again, put those down to one side, don't lose them. Now, because mine's completely perished, that should all be one piece, like it is on this new one. So mine just lifts off. And then underneath, if we lift that up, you've got another 3 10mm. And again, these are only pinch tight. If you drop anything at this stage, that's actually like outside, so you can see the floor down there. So if you drop anything at this stage, it's going to end up on the floor under the car. Once the gear stick is out, at that point, if you drop anything, it's going in the gearbox. So definitely don't do that. And then just with a flat bladed screwdriver, just pop that selector. There we go. Might be a little bit of resistance there, and then literally the whole thing lifts out. And the bit that we're also going to change is put a new bush on the bottom, which is this one here. And what I am going to do is just put a bit of rag on the top, because down in there, that is your gearbox, and if you drop anything in there, it's going to be gearbox out job. Right, I actually thought this like plastic bit was like some sort of cable tie that was going to hold it on there, but the new one has actually got that in as well. And if you use like both hands, which obviously I can't do because I'm filming, it does actually slide down the shaft on its own. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of grease. I'm using white lithium grease just because I use it for like everything. It's because it's heat resistant as well. I'm just going to spray a little bit on that, and then that's going to slide off, and then I'm not going to fit that one until I put it back in the car, but we are going to change the one underneath. Right, because this one is all completely perished and going in the bin anyway, I literally just use these like cable cutters to literally just cut this apart, and then the rest of it can go back over the top of the gear stick. There we go. There you go, that's all in the bin. Now you can take that off if you want, but it doesn't look like it's going to come off that easily, so I'm just going to leave it on there, but give it a bit of a clean up. Right, now we've had a bit of a clean up, get this other bush off as well. There she is. So yeah, it's a big old pair of pliers, get that one off, give that a clean up. Bit squirty on there. Hopefully the new one I'm just going to push straight in. Bosh, there she goes. Bit of resistance, but not too bad. Right, now just a little bit of grease on this. I'm going to fit on new. Ooh. Come on. Try that again. Ah, there she goes. All the way down until that's, it's like a little lip there. You've got to get it over as well. There you go, look. Oh, beautiful. Right, now we're going to pop that back in the car, tighten this down, and then I'm going to do the same, put the big one over the top. Right, so I've given this a good coating of lithium grease as well. You want that to be completely square as you try and drop it in, and don't force it, and it will just drop straight in. I've had it before about 10 times in a row where as you start to poke it in, oh, let me just move it, this bush like that, it goes at a funny angle, and then you've got to get it straight before it will drop in. But once it's gone in, and then also because this is a 6-speed, I think the 5 speeds are straight, this 6-speed one, you can see if I get it at the right angle, you see it's not completely straight, the bit that sticks out the bottom isn't completely straight, but you've got to line it up with these two marks, these two pins that stick out, and then once it's in there, again, don't force it, and then it should, there you go, she's in. Now we're going to put these 10mm in, tighten that up, and then put the top one on. And these just want to be pinch tight, literally hand on top of the ratchet, give it a tweak, that's all you want, ain't got to be busting tight, literally just got to hold it in place. Right, still a little bit of grease on there, so this top one should, in theory, nope, there you go, tiny bit of spray grease in there, and now that should, oh yeah, that's better, look at that, beautiful. And then literally just line up all the holes, put your bolts back in, again pinch tight, just hand on top of the ratchet tight, that's good enough, there we go. And then if you've got a Cobra alarm box that doesn't work, put that back there, that's your electric window switch, you can put that down, and then literally just get the center console back in there, it just locates on these little clips there, it would just click in, all your screws and everything back together, and then that's done. And I'm going to go have a cup of tea. If you like that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you've had a go, any little quirks or tips that I didn't have put in the video that I've missed out, let us know, and check out my other videos, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh yeah, brand new.